So welcome back to this episode of the Bucket List Life. And today we are super pumped to record our preparation for our upcoming mission trip to Zimbabwe. So, for the first category that I would like to walk you through in our preparation for Zimbabwe, it's kind of miscellaneous. I would say it's kind of the basics of traveling plus hygiene necessities for the rural parts of Africa that we will be exploring. So, first thing is good old-fashioned toilet paper. Gotta have it, not going without it. Along with that, we've got various different wipes like antibacterial wipes, baby wipes, face wipes, because we are not going to be guaranteed a normal shower with running water. Joshua has been to Zimbabwe multiple times, and he has told me that the bucket method is the way to get clean. And simply, they'll give you a bucket of water from the well, and with a rag and some soap, you'll have to just kind of scrub down like that and rinse off. So it's going to be a little uncomfortable for me, but I'm going to make it work. So speaking of that, we have our 3-in-1 body soap that we're going to take along with us. I got some dry shampoo I will be using very generously throughout the trip. Some bandanas to cover my hair because I know it's gonna get dirty. So we got our shampoo, herbal essences. Body wash. I think we're gonna need to label that. That looks very similar. And dish soap. Might be like, Katie, why do you need dish soap? I don't know, but I feel unprepared if I do not have it. That's not satisfying. Almost belly full. Here is the 3 different soaps that I'll be taking with me in my backpack through the airport. So this is going to go in my check-in bag. In the check-in bag, there's not a whole lot of restrictions on liquids, so I can take the big bottle. However, with your carry-on and your backpack that you'll be taking inside the airport, there is typically a 3-ounce maximum container of liquids that you can have. So that's why travel bottles are a necessity. On the topic of hygiene, we have what's known as Sandy Girl. Now, I've never used these before, but I don't like the idea of just popping a squat in the woods or some of the restroom environments that I think I might encounter. I'm just scared. So I found this product at Walmart, and I'm going to let you use your imagination on how it's used, but hopefully that'll help my bathroom situation. Next thing, let's talk about medicine. The medicine that I had to get to go. I went to the doctor, a special travel doctor, and she said that I would need a polio vaccine, which I got in this shoulder, a typhoid fever vaccine, which I got in this shoulder, and she prescribed me some malaria medicine that I'll have to take 2 days prior to departure and continue taking it for 2 weeks, I think. Something like that, to prevent the deadly malaria. This is kind of cool. It's actually meant for men, shaving their neck, but it has this is like a trifold mirror, and I think it's gonna be great for traveling. We'll see. Last, but certainly not least, I have an adapter. Now, I was not in the slightest bit aware of this necessity. But in Africa, the outlets look like this. This side is where you'd put your American electronic plug. And what's special about this adapter, it is for Africa. If you attempt to buy like a universal travel adapter, it will not come with this Africa version. Africa is special in their 3-prong outlets. Other than that, of course, we got the basic necessities of everybody's travel: Q-tips, bobby pins, toothpaste, toothbrush, razor, face soap, contact solution. Nothing too interesting, but yes, we do have it. Those are the basic necessities of really any travel to Africa. So now we're on. Joshua's going to tell you about the camping items of this video.
So I'm going to be showing you the camping category of this packing video. So I've went to Africa a few other times, and I've learned from my experiences what to bring and what not to bring to Africa for camping. So I'm going to walk through some of these different items here. Some of these items Katie really wanted to bring, and some of these items I felt like were necessary. So let's go through them. So the number one thing to consider when you're out camping is safety. So we brought some first aid kits. I've had this first aid kit for a couple years now, and we got a new first aid kit here to kind of replenish this first aid kit. But this is a good first aid kit to kind of, it's not a hard plastic, it's the material so it can pack easily. It can pack conservatively. So we have this first aid kit, and this is something that you need to always bring when you're out camping anywheres, but especially out there in Africa. You're a few hours away from any hospital, so first thing is to be careful, but you can only be too careful, so we're gonna bring a first aid kit. So this time of year, Zimbabwe is going through their winter, so the sun is not that hot, but we're still gonna bring some sunscreen just to protect your skin. And also, because it is their winter, the bugs aren't that bad. But some areas, you're still gonna experience some mosquitoes. So we're bringing some bug spray, which we got a small can of this, and it'll be good enough for the couple weeks that we are there. We were gifted a mosquito net, and this mosquito net we can hang up in our tent. It'll drape over us to help control any bugs that get inside the tent. And so this is a unique item, and we were gifted this by Katie's dad, and it is a mosquito shirt. I have never heard of a mosquito shirt, but I think it will be really cool to test it out. So right now I'm gonna actually just test it out to see what it looks like. And this is not a mosquito shirt, this is a mosquito pants. This is even cooler. So
They are groovy.
I'm quite sure you've seen Met Gala, some of these runway shows, and mesh is in. So I think we'll be styling out in the Africa bush. You look at this. Okay, so this is a Katie item, and she brought a fanny pack because who wears fanny packs, Katie? Because Katie says it is convenient and it is in right now. So between the mesh pants and fanny pack, just all stars. All right, so this is a light, and this is really nice and convenient to have to hang up inside your tent. Get things, instead of having a normal flashlight, a lantern style light is great to have inside the tent, so you can kind of get things done, see what you're doing at night. And with that, we have some spare batteries that would go with the flashlight, and another light that we're gonna bring, and I found that these are really useful, especially out in the bush, is to have a headlamp. And the headlamp, certainly bright, just to kind of free up your hands, and it is a must-have when camping. So I have a headlamp, and Katie has a headlamp that we're both going to bring. So having some external batteries is always really useful when you're out camping. Charge up your phone, charge up your camera. I have an external battery, and then Katie's bringing this external battery. And this one has a solar panel attached to it, so you can maybe clip onto your backpack, leave it out during the day, and it'll charge up your battery. There is a slight downside to batteries like this. This being a 20,000 mAh battery, it is a stout battery, but this type of battery takes about 6 to 7 hours to charge just from a plug in your house. So imagine your solar panel, the solar panel on this taking significantly longer to charge a battery of this size. So there is that downside to a battery like this, but it still will work great as an external battery. What I found really cool about this battery was that it does have a flashlight up here in the front with different settings. Look how cool that is. And yeah, so you have different settings right there, alongside a compass on the back. So this battery does provide some other values besides just being a battery. So that's pretty cool. Now when you're out in Africa, because we are going to be out drilling water wells, there is a need for water, there's a need for clean water. And just for extra measure, I've drunk water from these water wells without water filters, but as an extra precautionary measure, Katie got this water bottle with a filter attached on the straw. You can have clean drinking water as you go, as you're going about your day, but also this Sawyer water filter, this one is more ideal for if you're cooking up a pot of coffee, you need to cook up a pot of like oatmeal. Having something like this, a bag form water filter, is also a must-have for when you're out in the bush. And I've personally dealt with this one in the past, and I've had a couple of these whenever I leave, just give them away because they have a long life shelf. I think they can filter 1,000,000 gallons or 100,000 gallons, which is pretty impressive. So this is a squeeze water filtration system by Sawyer. So when we go to Africa, we're gonna be staying at a couple of different locations. One location, we're gonna be completely camping out, and the other location we'll be staying at a local's house. But when we camp out, we're gonna bring the tent. We have a tent that we're gonna bring. We didn't spend a lot of money on the tent. It's a tent that we already had. When we sleep in a tent, we have an air mattress that we're also bringing with a pump. So when we go to Africa, we're gonna be staying at a couple of different locations. And at one location, we're gonna be camping out, and another location, we'll be staying at a local's house. At the local's house, we just brought some sleeping bags, and Katie has already compressed them, so they're in a compressed form right now. So we have the sleeping bags that we can use at whatever location that we're at. But when we go camping out, we have a tent that we're gonna be using, and it's not an expensive tent, it's a tent that we already had. So we're gonna be using that tent at that location. Katie's bringing this little fold-out chair, and it's a really cool fold-out chair. I don't recommend that you bring this type of fold-out chair if you're a little heavier, because it isn't that sturdy, but if you can hold your weight, it is really convenient, and it's pretty compact. So I'm just gonna really quickly show you how you can fold this out. It just comes out, it's all connected, so you don't have to worry about reading instructions to install this. So now you have your basic structure, and from here, okay, so from here, so this is what it looks like, and it's actually fairly comfortable. So we also have some microfiber towels that we're going to be bringing, and these are really important because they dry quickly and they're not going to stink so bad. This is something that I got here recently, and I thought it was pretty cool. I'm going to be bringing some like instant coffee packets, so then over the fire I can heat up water, and then this all compacts really nicely in here, and then you have 2 cups here that you drink coffee out of. Lastly, we were given this compact little kitchen fork spoon set. Katie finds a chicken that she really wants to eat, then maybe she can take it down with this knife and fork. So that's it for this camping section. There are a few more things that we might be taking along with us, but for the most part, that's what we're going to be taking along for this camping section.
So the purpose of our trip is to minister to the people of Zimbabwe in 3 locations: Philibuzi, Zukwe, and West Acre. The organization that we are with, called Samaritan Servants International, has funded the drilling of a few wells. But also, with the mission of getting water to the people, we also want to bring the gospel to the people. So I have kind of been given the responsibility of ministering to the children, with consideration that there is going to be somewhat of a language barrier. Many of the people do not speak English, and I don't speak their language. We will have a translator, but I'm still very concerned that there will be somewhat of a language barrier when I'm teaching. So with that in mind, I have made sure that my resources that I'm bringing are very visual. I found these very cute coloring books from Dollar Tree, and I ordered about 30 of them, and I just wanted to have them available at any point if I need to speak with children, or even give them to the local churches so they can help teach these Bible stories to the children as well. So I thought these were super cool. I have prepared 4 lessons. One that's just basics about God creating the earth, and I've got a coloring sheet to go along with that. The next lesson I've got prepared is about Jesus's birth, and the next one is Jesus's death and resurrection. So the last lesson I've got prepared is the Good Samaritan, and that's just to reinforce that once you do accept Jesus as your Savior, you have that responsibility to minister to others as well. And on that same note, I was walking along Dollar Tree, my favorite store again, and I found these 2 very convenient little books. They're very short, and they summarize the Good Samaritan in story version with color pop-out pictures, and the prodigal son. So that's a little extra fun story if needed. I got a dry erase board for while I'm telling the stories. If I need to draw out little different portions of the story, I can. Now, all good teachers know that if you teach a lesson or if you're working with children in any sort of manner, it's always good to have candy. So I bought a big thing of Pop Rocks. These are super cool. I'm assuming that they've never had Pop Rocks before. It's one of those unique candies, and I'm super excited to see their face when they have that popping sensation in their mouth. So I'm excited for that. I got lots of crayons, obviously for the coloring books as well, and a soccer ball. The children over there love soccer, and this would obviously just bring a lot of fun and excitement. And I'm not really skilled at soccer, but I can join in with some kids and have fun as well. So that about wraps up the curriculum portion of the video. So now let's look over to my clothing suitcase and look at some interesting stuff I got packed there. In preparation for the trip to Zimbabwe, I had to consider cultural norms. And so over there, I've been told they're very conservative. So I've been searching high and low through my local Goodwills, and I have found some stunning pieces that I feel like will fit with the culture to be perfect for Zimbabwe. So I found a long dress that basically comes to my ankles, but it doesn't restrict mobility because it has a side slit that comes about to the knee. So this one was actually very flattering. I love the color and the print. I was super excited to get this one. The next one I found at Goodwill. I love the fit of this one as well, because once again, it comes about to the ankles and it's got that side slit. Not super fan of this print, but I wasn't going to fuss about it. And I got a little sweater thing to go over it if I get a little chilly. This next piece of clothing that I have here is very festive looking. This skirt actually came from Africa. My preacher's wife gave it to me and thought it would be useful to fit in as well. So super excited about wearing this fun thing. The next articles of clothing are actually bandanas, and this is going to be super necessary for me because if I don't wash my hair, it gets greasy and nobody wants to see that. The solution is just to cover my hair with bandanas. Here's my bandana, and as you see, the cloth just covers my scalp, which will be necessary. Along with those items, I'll be taking lightweight joggers, jeans, t-shirts, all the normal stuff. I just wanted to show you the cool articles that are unique to Zimbabwe.
So that concludes everything that we're going to be taking to Africa. There will be a couple more things that we are going to be bringing, and we'll probably show you those. But as for now, that's everything. Thanks for watching.